Doing Time with Deputy Mike.
Hi, welcome back to Doing Time with Deputy Mike. I am Mike, and on today's episode, I'll be talking with Beth Carmichael from Trumbull County Tourism Bureau here. And let's start with roll call. Grab your feet and take a seat. It's roll call time. So if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi. Thanks for having me, first of all. Of course. Happy to be doing time with you guys today.
Thank you. We're all doing time. It's just how you're doing it.
That's right. I'm Beth Carmichael. I am the Executive Director of Trumbull County Tourism. I graduated from high school from Harding here in Warren, and I graduated from Kent State University. My first year was just down the street at Kent Trumbull Branch. And after I graduated, I don't like that white stuff that comes out of the sky. So I hightailed it to Florida. So I was there for about 12 years. I met my husband, who's from Missouri, the Show Me State. And so he and I moved to St. Louis to be closer to his parents. And then we moved to Central Missouri to take care of his mom. And I started working. I've been in hospitality and tourism my whole life. Started at 14 years old. I used to work at for the Saratoga restaurant in downtown Warren for Jimmy Economists, and I used to cater almost every single weekend for 10 years before I went to Florida. And so we got to Missouri, and we moved, and I started working for destination marketing organizations. The first one was in Jefferson City, Missouri. And that's what I do today is destination marketing. So we promote Trumbull County to visitors. Typically, they're about outside of a 50-mile radius, and encourage them and let them know of all the cool things there are to see and do here in Trumbull County.
Cool. Now, do you guys try to is that where they try to think up of things like what we can add, like what can we bring to this area?
Well, that's a great question. We're actually working on a project right now through the American Rescue Funds. We received a grant for $100,000 with the Economic Development Administration, and we're doing just that. Last week we had 2 people from Ireland come in. They're our consultants. And we did a lot of stakeholder meetings and asked people what they would like to see here in Trumbull County. Tell them, they were told about what their experiences are, what people like to do, what they'd like to see more of. So we're in the process of creating that plan. That should be finished by March of 2023.
So you moved out to Missouri. Isn't there a lot of white stuff out that way?
A lot of white stuff. Yes, you have to compromise, everybody. Just know that in a relationship, you have to compromise. And so, yes, we needed to be back there for my husband's family and his parents, and so that's what we did. And I was gone for 35 years from this area and moved back about 4.5 years ago. And similarly for my family this time, my father had a stroke, and about the same time this job came open, and I applied and I got it.
Here you are.
And it's been fun. I love doing this. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to promote a place where you live.
Yes.
And it's fun for me to have a lot of tourism experience and hospitality and travel experience, and then be able to bring that back here and use everything that I've learned over the last however many years. I don't want to say how many years I've been doing this, but it's been fun to be able to bring that back here and really elevate those things and make sure that we're telling everybody about those cool things.
Nice. Well, let's go right into interrogation.
Interrogation time.
So you were telling us everything with the new project. There there is quite a bit of stuff we have here that a
Yes.
lot of people don't realize.
I agree.
Um,
And actually, from those meetings that we had last week, people that you would have thought have been traveling around Trumbull County and having these different experiences haven't been. So we know a gentleman that's here in Warren area who had never been to Kinsman, and we've got this beautiful inn called the Peter Allen Inn there. They do a lot of special events. Good Intentions Cafe is up there. They do coffee and sandwiches, but they're part of Red Basket Farms, and that's a farm that's up in that Kinsman area, and they plant in the ground 12 months out of the year. Can you believe that?
Let's talk actually the bed and breakfast. You know, all my life well, I can't say I lived here all my life. I actually moved away, lived in Zanesville for a while growing up, and then I came back. But all my family's roots are here. And being a police officer, I never knew there was a big bed and breakfast up there.
Yeah.
And the place is beautiful.
It is gorgeous. And the
If you-
gentleman
it
that
looks like an old plantation.
I've never been either, so I wouldn't know.
All right, can you imagine kind of almost like a mansion,
Yeah.
big white mansion with the big pillars?
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I feel like a lot of people don't realize we have a bunch of pretty things in like this county that we miss out on a lot.
I
And-
agree. And who better to talk and promote what we have than the people that live here in our community with us?
Yeah.
A lot of times, and it's not to say that everybody doesn't want to go to Florida, but on a great weekend, like the one we just had, get out, take a drive.
Right.
We have a couple of different things. We have something called Where's Wally, which is a mobile pass, and it encourages people to go to 8 different locations throughout Trumbull County. We have one of the oldest covered bridges in Newton Falls, the 4th largest Amish community in the United States up in Mesopotamia, and they have the oldest general store in Ohio as well, right up there.
Yes.
I think I've been to that store.
The Commons.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
It has the penny candy and
Yeah.
all the different
Yeah.
pops.
My grandma used to take us up there all the time.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
Do you know they have really unique stuff too. They have if you're a diabetic,
Mhm.
they actually sell diabetic socks.
Really?
Yeah, which are they're looser. I mean
Yeah.
they're white. They got white ones and black ones.
Mhm.
So they don't restrict your legs.
Oh.
But you find all kinds of really, like, who would think you would find diabetic socks?
Right.
Up
At the
there.
Commons.
Right.
Right.
But they have all I mean, the general store is beautiful. They
Mhm.
got all kinds of stuff. But
They have kitchen gadgets,
Gadgets,
and
they-
they have different kinds
everything
of
you would
foods.
They're
think. I
huge.
mean,
And
it's
of course,
yeah,
the world famous fry pie.
yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
Pizza's real good too.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome things up there.
My favorite thing was probably the dream catchers, like the huge dream catchers. they have.
Yes, of course. Well, and one of the things, there was a gentleman that just started a business. He's an Amish gentleman who just started doing horse and buggy rides. And
Oh,
so
there you
he's
go.
there. Now it's off season, so I don't know that he's there every Saturday, but he's there on Saturdays, and he'll do anywhere from 1 to a 3-hour tour, not just around the Commons area, but throughout the countryside.
Oh.
So if you've ever, we've all seen these horse and buggies. How
Yeah.
cool is it to get
See,
into
I didn't
one
even
of
know that
those?
existed because I'll be truthful. I would love to do the horse and buggy ride. I
Yeah.
really would.
Yeah.
I mean, I cruise by them all the time, but
Didn't you used to have a horse?
yeah, I did. I was on the mounted unit for a while. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's a cool experience that people can do right here in Trumbull
That
County.
really is.
Yeah, I feel like that's something like I would have never known.
Right.
Like it needs to be put out more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's funny because our mission is to advertise and market and promote Trumbull County outside of a 50-mile radius. But we just saw some new research that came out that said 50% of the people that are visiting Ohio are coming to visit friends and family. So that kind of has given us the authorization to start marketing and promoting here to our own residents, and it will tell them what they can do at Thanksgiving, what can they do at Christmas time, or any time your friends and family are visiting. So you will start to see more of our marketing and advertising here locally.
Good. I'm excited.
See, well, that would be nice because, like, if you go over to say, let's say Cook's Forest in PA,
Yeah.
and or anywhere, they usually you come into the visitor center, like somewhere like around the border, and they'll have like a book like she has right now, and it has everything broken down, like what little festivals are going on, this, that. But you know, I mean, here we are again, and I never knew we had horse and buggy
Right.
rides. I'd done that in a heartbeat on some weekend during the summer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else we got. We have unique buildings. We have a lot of old buildings.
That's right. We have in downtown Warren, we have Millionaires Row, and there's a walking tour. You can either get it through a QR code, you can stop in our office, or there's a map in front of our office that will tell you all the different sites. Now, you can't go into the buildings, but at least to give you a little bit of history of those
Right.
old buildings that are going on, that are there. We've had a lot of great restaurants open up in downtown Warren around the Courthouse Square. One of my favorites just outside of Courthouse Square, you can go Cockeye Barbecue. And
Oh yeah.
a lot of people don't realize the 2 years in a row, they've won national awards for their ice cream.
Their ice cream is
They're-
the
I
best.
know. Well, see, you've got good taste because they're winning national awards
I
now.
love
I didn't know about their ice cream.
I grew up right behind it, so I was there when it first started.
But you know what? Down on the corner of Atlantic and Mahoning, I didn't know this place existed. There's a little tiny restaurant called Aloha or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And over, was it this summer? I think it was this summer. Someone's like, let's go. Everybody wanted to go get
Mhm.
Aloha's.
Yes.
I had no idea what it was. I'd be like, well, why don't we just go in to eat there? They're like, it's not that big.
Small.
Yeah, it's very small. But I'll tell you what, their food was delicious and very affordable.
Yes, it is very affordable. I just passed it on my way out here, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll get that for lunch today when I go over there. But yeah, they do Hawaiian food.
Yes.
So it's really
That's like-
unusual, and
yeah.
Try it.
it's cool to add. We have the noodle bar in downtown.
Yeah,
that
the
just
noodle
opened up.
bar.
Oh, I love noodles, and I love that ramen. But I mean, we have Trumbull County Tourism actually has created its own Italian food trail. I mean, we have over 60 sites on the Italian food trail right now. And go and dine, and it's not just restaurants. We've got Italian grocery stores. We have Just Pizzelles in Cortland that sells 90 different types of pizzelles. Can you believe that?
No.
She has margarita and raspberry with white chocolate sauce. She has
No,
everything.
where
over
is
there.
she located at?
She's located on Main Street in downtown Cortland.
Okay.
It's called Just Pizzelles.
Just
And
bizarre.
honestly, for me, from a business or from a personal perspective, it's affordable way to give a gift.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for affordable gifts this year, you're shopping local, you're supporting our local entrepreneurs, and you're getting something that's affordable.
Right.
Pizzelles, it is the season. It's coming up.
It is. It is. And so we've got that. We have some museums. We have the National Packard Museum. If you haven't been in there, the cars are amazing. It's America's first luxury car. And it was developed right here in Trumbull County and in Warren. And then if you head out towards the Grand Resort, which is the only luxury resort in the state of Ohio, you'll see the Medici Museum of Art. And so they have the Norman Rockwell. Actually, they have the the Boy Scouts of America Fine Arts Collection. Over 400 pieces.
Well, I'm trying to
And
think. The Grand
then-
Resort.
It's so. Do you know where the Howland Corners is?
Yeah. Are we talking Avalon?
Yeah, that's Avalon.
It's not called
the-
Avalon
but it's the
anymore.
Oh, see, I
Grand
see. I
Resort.
did not know that
Yeah,
because
It's-
everybody here
calls it Avalon.
Avalon.
Yes.
So I
It's
did not
the
know.
Grand Resort
Every
now.
time every once in a while I slip.
Mhm.
So I'm still used to calling it that as well.
Well,
But
see,
I really
I
work
did not
hard to
know
call
it's
it the
so
right
it's
name.
the
The Grand
Grand
Resort.
Resort.
It's the Grand Resort.
Okay.
If you haven't gone in, you can certainly go in and dine, even if you're not a member.
There's 2 restaurants, both open to the public.
I've had a coupon for like 2 years for that place. I have not
The
yet gone
Atrium
there.
or the Gatsby's?
What was the one out? What's the? I don't know. They changed the names.
Oh, maybe you're talking about the Chop House.
the chop.
Oh.
Maybe it's outside.
Yeah.
Right. That's not
That's-
part. I mean, it is part,
It's
but it's
All right.
A
It's
separate
They're
space.
separate?
It's a separate
See, I didn't-
restaurant.
See, we're learning all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
here. I didn't know
Well,
this.
why don't you tell us what
Yeah, you-
other things there are to see and do at the Grand Resort?
Yes.
At the Grand Resort, we have 2 restaurants as well as 6 bars. Then we have the spa downstairs as well as the indoor pool, outdoor pool, the gym. So we have shuttle buses to get you to like other different parts of like other
Right.
different resorts in like Buell.
Do
and
they
PA.
really?
Yeah.
And then we have the hotel on top of all that. So like you could stay and then get a relaxing like spa day and then go back up to have fun with the kids at the pool.
Wait, the Grand Resort is actually a chain, isn't it?
It is not.
It's not.
It's independently owned.
Okay, I thought there was actually some called Grand Resorts
Mm-mm.
through. Okay.
And
Right.
then it's really nice. Like I feel like a lot of people go there, and it's like if you were to go to Kalahari, like you get to actually have that, but it's really close to us, and I think that's why it's one of our.
I
favorite
actually
things.
used to have a membership there when it was the Avalon
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
before they redid the pool and stuff.
The
Oh, you haven't seen the
Yeah.
Roman bath yet? The
No.
Roman
No, I
bath
have
is
not.
people's favorites. It's really pretty, especially it stays open all year, I believe, unless
It
it's like
does?
way too cold.
That's right. It
Mhm.
does.
So, all right, tell us about it.
The Roman bath is like a huge jacuzzi almost. Like you go in,
Just
it's
like the
warm.
Roman days with the
It's-
big.
It's huge. It's like it was in construction for a while, and then you had to be 16 to go in it. It's very like stitched off, so that way it's more of a relaxing type of thing. While like the kids play up at the actual pool, you can relax in the Roman bath. Get a little warm, toasty.
Yeah, because they were really kind of hot.
Mhm.
Like
And
they were
then
the original hot tubs.
yeah.
And during the summertime, you could rent a cabana.
Mhm.
The swimming pool is a zero entry pool, so you don't have to walk or get
Onto
up and
the
down steps.
Oh,
You
really?
just walk
Walk
straight
in it.
into it.
Yeah.
The fountains at night and the
Gorgeous.
waterfalls all lit up. It's really
And then-
really something, especially for our area.
During like the summer, we also open up outside for eating too. So you could swim and then go to a table and eat dinner, or eat lunch before swimming, and it's really nice. We also have like the bar outside for everyone, and then we have the cocktail girls. That way, if you just want a snack, you could order that too.
And you forgot about one important
The
thing.
cigar
So,
lounge?
well, the cigar lounge for sure. But the other thing is when we have guests that we're entertaining and bringing to this area, the fitness center is off the charts. So if people are staying at the resort, when your friends and family do come in, if they're staying at that resort, make sure they bring their gym clothes because it is just gorgeous. And then again, that spa is really nice, and they
Mhm.
have something called a Vichy shower, and you lay down on your stomach on a table, and like 30 different showers hit you on the back for about 20 minutes. It's amazing.
I just want to go do that. That's my actually dream is like having a shower in my own house with 100,000
Jets.
spigots like hidden from. Yeah, have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
I was like just and just sit there. It's like that's my dream.
I mean, hey.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah, I'll be
right.
there all the time. So you'll see me.
So what else? What?
Let me ask you a question.
right.
So when your friends and family from out of the area, what do you do with them?
Well, that's a real good question. Actually, last time that we had family that actually came in, they actually, I believe they stayed there.
At the resort?
Yeah, but it was still the Avalon.
Yeah, so it's a few years ago.
So it's changed quite a bit. Yeah, because they came in. My son was in the playoffs,
Okay.
and they came to stay. They were here for a couple days, and they stayed right there.
And then if you have, say, a VIP that comes here to TCTC, what would you recommend that they do? What is the must do while they're here? What would you recommend?
See, I didn't know all this stuff existed.
See, this is why we're going
I'd
to
be
start
like,
working.
I don't know. It's like, okay, and I'm not really in the bar scenes. I mean,
Right.
so I can't. I really don't like going to the bars.
So here's what I would recommend too. Whenever you have family and friends that are coming in and you're not sure what to do, give us a call or go to our website, go to exploretrumblecounty.com just for those trip ideas. This next year, our marketing campaign is going to be focused on trip ideas. So you're going to come in the wintertime. Here's go to our museums, shop at our mall is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Back a few years ago, everybody's like, a mall is a mall is a mall, but malls around the United States are really deteriorating,
are.
and ours has kept up. It has that aquarium.
Mhm.
It has all the great shopping, and they support the shop local, so they have small boutique shops in there. So there's a lot of things that you can even just do in the mall. They're really focused. You know what you could do? There's a trampoline. Did you know Extreme Trampoline is there?
Extreme Air.
Yeah,
Extreme,
Extreme
yeah.
Air. So go and kids are coming in, even if they're not coming from around the area.
Right.
As you have a few days off, go and jump on a trampoline.
Right.
Speaking of extreme trampoline, well, that's actually Matt McGuire. We're friends, real good people. I mean, really nice guy. So yeah, if somebody did come in, my son actually worked for him there for a while too.
Do you know Aiden then?
Huh?
Aiden, his son.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I found out about them too.
Yeah. So they're a nice, really good family,
Mhm.
real good people, and it's a fun place.
That's where
real
we
fun place.
usually go. Like when we were younger. Well, not really when we were younger. Before I came to TC, I guess. Like my family and I, when we wanted to just take a day, take all 8 grandkids anywhere, we would go to Extreme Air and like
oh my gosh.
we would play dodgeball or like try to show my grandma how many flips we could do on the
Oh, how
trampolines.
fun.
and It was
That's
really
amazing.
nice.
So when you're at the resort and a guest comes to you and says, what is there to do? What's there to do for my kids? My kids are about your age and we're here. What would you recommend, or do you recommend?
Bowling. Our bowling alleys, I think, are really
great
pretty,
idea.
especially when we have like when it's the lights when they're all lit up and
Yes.
everything. Cosmo Bowling. That's
Cosmo,
when
yep.
I recommend it for sure.
That's
You
cool.
See, there's another thing that's dying off. We actually had a lot more bowling alleys here. In fact, there was a bowling alley right down Mahoney down here, right by the Jamestown Plaza.
Mhm.
And my grandmother, I remember, it's a warehouse now, a storage
really?
unit. But right before you get to the bridge. But my grandmother belonged to a league, and then when I went to school in Warren City, we alternated. We'd go bowl there, and we'd go to Rainbow Lanes over.
Yeah. And so the other one I would recommend, if you haven't done it, and I want video of you if you haven't done this before, is the roller skating rink.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Portland.
I used to go all the time before the one that got burnt down. We used to go to that one all the time in Champion. Yeah.
There's one in Cortland.
Okay, I
And
did not
it's
know that.
yeah, we just did a video shoot there this summer, and we were looking for like fun retro events.
Right.
And so we did bowling, and we did bowling we just shot here in Champion.
Really?
At the Champion Bowling Lanes, yeah. And we did the Cortland roller rink. In the summertime, it's cool to do putt-putt.
Mhm.
Have you done that?
I have. My friend and I love putt-putting.
You are out and about
I
on the
try.
town. No, you did a
I
good
try
job.
to do some stuff like with my town because I don't really get to leave it often, so might as well find something to do.
Right.
See, it'd be cool if we had one of those big putt-putt places with the go-karts and all that.
Oh,
Well,
right.
it would be
Well,
neat if we
Avalon
had
has
stuff like that.
golf.
Oh,
Avalon
they
has
have golf,
golfing.
but putt-putt. You have putt-putt. You got the big go-kart tracks and
Yeah.
the,
Right.
Go-karting
that kind
is
of
so
stuff.
much fun. We did that in Tennessee.
Did you?
That would be nice to have like a go-kart place down
Oh,
here.
we'll have to put that on the list.
Yeah.
See, it'd be nice to have stuff like that, like around the lake,
Mhm.
Yes.
to pull people in, like a water
Right.
park. I mean, somewhere.
And our lake is one of the
Pretty.
top visited locations in all of Trumbull County.
Yes, it is.
So that Mosquito Lake and the Mosquito Lake State Park and Mosquito Creek Lake, whatever people want to call it, has a lot of visitation. And this past January, we got some awesome pictures of ice fishing. So
Oh.
people were out on the lake ice fishing. So it's definitely a year-round destination of things to do. And you can walk, they have trails.
Mhm.
We have a lot of birding. So obviously, I don't know if you know this or not, but we have one of the top populations of bald eagles in all
Yes.
of the state of Ohio.
I don't know that.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of them. I just saw one in my parents' house in Warren,
Really?
like just flying in the air. So we have a really large population of bald eagles here. You can certainly see them in the area of Mosquito Lake, but we have a lot of other birds. And so if somebody is just looking to get out, take a walk, take some binoculars and learn a little bit more about birds. And we do have some unique ones. People travel here just to be able to, because they'll have their list of birds that they want to see, and they'll travel here just to do those different birds and check them off their list.
Yep.
That reminds me of like the Nielsen Ledges. Like that is such a
yeah.
pretty place to just go to. Like me and my cousin are going there to take her senior photos because it's just you walk around and you're with nature and you could just hear everything and feel everything and take pictures of everything. Like it's just
Nice.
gorgeous.
Yes, I haven't been there since I've gotten back.
Oh really?
I was there a few years ago, but I haven't been there since I've gotten back.
It's
Have
so
you been
pretty.
down to the new movie, the rebuilt movie theater? Is it
The Robbins Theater, I have.
I love the Robbins Theater.
Do you?
It's so
I grew up
gorgeous
going to
in there.
that
Really?
movie theater. Oh yeah.
I recently went in there to watch the Polar Express. It was like when I tell you, it was probably my favorite experience because
Yeah.
it felt like I was in an old school theater.
Yeah.
But then the things on the screen was like it was just all popping and all lively and like even outside I just love looking at the outside of it because of that like building structure.
That's
I
very
think
cool.
it's all phenomenal. I love the Robbins Theater.
That's
Yeah,
great. You
I-
should look. Excuse me.
Oh,
since,
go ahead.
Since it's the holiday season, go to their website because I think they're doing some additional holiday films with activities and all that. So check it out.
I will. I love it. I love it. It's my favorite thing ever.
So actually, this brings us into my favorite part of the episode: embarrassing moments.
That's embarrassing.
Now, I kind of put Beth on the spot here.
No, it's not that I don't have embarrassing moments, and probably any one of my family, my husband could list off 20 of them. But I've been thinking about this question. I trip a lot. I don't know why. My mother or my mother-in-law would probably say that I just didn't lift up my feet enough. But I trip a lot, and I have fallen, and I've wiped out, and that is completely embarrassing.
Yes,
you
it
know?
is. Yes,
Especially
it is.
if you're like in work clothes and you're trying to like
oh my goodness.
hold yourself, and then you're like, oh crap, I just fell.
Like, then you got to look around, make
I
sure no one
know,
sees
and
you.
everybody sees
Yeah, who
you. You
saw
know
that? Who
everybody
saw that?
saw you.
I did that one time. I guess embarrassing story that I have.
Go ahead, share an embarrassing moment.
I
with us.
was walking down the steps at work to show someone like the outside, and I
Yes.
completely fell, and the whole bar was full.
Oh no.
And I just sat there, and everyone was like, I just heard, "Is she okay? Is she okay?" I just put a thumbs up, and everyone just started cheering. And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I wanted to go home right then and there.
Oh my gosh. I do it so often that people do the same thing. Oh my gosh, are you okay? And I'm like, yes, I do this all the time. Just give me a minute.
Like I need a second to actually
need to
think
s-
about this.
Yeah.
Have either of you ever seen the video of there was a waitress cleaning tables and she tripped over a chair. She tripped backwards.
Oh.
Then she hit a couple things, but she literally went through the big pane window.
Oh,
Like,
no.
bam, out. Luckily, she was not hurt,
Yes.
but she literally like started tripping from here. It was a good distance, roughly 12 some feet, and then boosh,
Oh, yeah.
out she went.
I would have never went back to my job. That
I
would
know,
have been my
but
last
isn't
day.
that when you're about ready to fall? Like you keep on thinking. It
Thinking,
sounds
yeah.
like I've got it, and then you still don't got
Got
it.
it.
It's like I got it. No, I still that poor woman. She thought she had it.
She thought she did.
Like she worked hard for that.
Oh, jeez.
Just for it to all.
Oh yeah, now everybody's seeing that one.
Yeah.
Well, most. Okay, so where are we at?
Shout out.
Yes, thank you. So let's move on to shout out time.
It's shout out time.
So shout out to whoever you want to shout out to.
Oh, who should I shout out to?
So many people.
I needed a little prep for this. Let's see, who should we shout out to? I'm going to shout out to all the kids at TCTC that are in the hospitality industry and the restaurant industry and the travel industry. Shout out to you because these jobs are great jobs to have. They're great first jobs. You learn those soft skills that your employers are going to be looking for in the future, like eye contact and smiling and saying hi and all of those different things that people don't really, there's a lot of people who don't respect the work in our industry, in our travel industry. And so I'm going to shout out to all those kids starting their first or second jobs in our industry here in Trumbull County, and I want to just say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My shout out goes to my grandma this time.
You guys aren't limited on who you want to do shout outs to.
Well-
We could shout out to a lot of people here.
I give my
I'm not
shout
gonna
out to
limit
my
you.
grandma and my family.
All right. Anybody else you'd like to shout out to?
I don't know. I could shout out for an hour if you wanted me to. I saw my parents this morning. I'll shout out to them. They're in their 80s. They're rocking it, you know.
You know, I actually have a shout out, and I was going to do it last week, but I was sick, and last week was our first year anniversary, and I missed that, and I missed the cake.
Yeah.
I missed all that. But so myself, you know, I travel. My oldest son and I, our thing was always going to haunted houses.
Okay.
So we actually travel all over. And so one of our stops is the haunted hoochie.
Okay.
I wanted to go to that, but my manager
Yeah.
told me I wasn't allowed.
So, yeah. So on my way down through to the haunted hoochie, because it's down by Columbus, I went through. I lived in Zanesville,
Oh, okay.
so I snagged up my good old friend Eric Fike, and he joined us for the haunted hoochie, and it was a good time. It was a fun time. So Eric, this shout out's for you. I meant to do it last week, but didn't make it here. So
Have you done that Maniac in the Woods that's up in Cortland?
I did that.
I'm meeting with them this week. I
I
don't know that
liked
much
it.
about it. You did?
Yeah, it was a cute little like haunted house. Like I got to bring my little sister to it, and she
Oh,
had a
good.
good time. So that's why I liked
where's
it.
that at?
It's Cortland.
That's what, yeah.
Cortland.
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 Okay.
It's like I don't know what it's called. It's like it's just it's a bunch of attractions. So like you go, you have a ticket, and you just go through a
Do
bunch.
you remember
of
where we're at
attractions.
in Lake Cortland?
I will find out on Thursday
Okay, all
when
right.
I meet with them.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know they existed. I mean, I knew there was one out in Hubbard,
Right.
and then we have the Fair Forest over in Lordstown,
Uh-huh.
and I thought actually those were the only two we had.
Yeah. Well, Nick in our office, we just didn't have enough time, but he was going to write a blog about the different haunted attractions that we have here
Well,
in this
see
area.
now.
So you'll know for next year.
Yeah.
Well, see now that's up my alley. We like going ghost hunting. We really do go ghost
Oh,
hunting.
yeah.
So if you have a place,
Well, there's, private places that aren't open to the public, but you can reach out to some of those houses that you might think and will allow you to go in and do paranormal hunting and all that. So we do definitely, and there's a paranormal group in Niles actually.
yeah,
So
there is a paranormal group.
yeah, well, I haven't. When I lived in Missouri, I received a lot more calls for that than I do here. I've received over 4 years, maybe 4 calls of people that want to do paranormal touring or paranormal hunting.
So then Debbie Mike, it sounds like we're going to Missouri. Sounds like they got a lot of activity
Well,
there.
they got a lot of activity out there. Well, you got a lot of old towns.
That's right.
I mean,
Well, and where I lived that time, I've lived in 3 different places in Missouri. I was living in St. Joseph, Missouri, which is just north of Kansas City. And it's where the Pony Express started and Jesse James was killed. And it also had and has a psychiatric hospital that's been changed into a museum. And so one time we brought tourism people from around the state, and we had a paranormal couple that came in and showed us all of these things that we could do. And we did do one of those, and we did see some things. Like we saw orbs and some other different things, because it was the psychiatric hospital. There was a morgue downstairs and all sorts of different things. So it was a really interesting experience.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I have the answer. I'm like, oh, it's what I do. When I got questions, I investigate. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Well, we went to Hillview Manor this year over in Newcastle,
Okay.
and that was very interesting.
And so it was haunted, or did you do paranormal? I mean, did you do a haunted house, or was
no,
it
no,
paranormal?
we actually went ghost hunting.
Ghost hunting.
Yeah, because well, they did have a haunted house.
Yes.
But we actually were there to ghost hunt,
Got it.
and we had a lot of interesting
Had some
things.
hits, huh?
Yes,
Unexplained phenomena.
yes. I had a woman respond,
Ah.
and I she said poop. Well, she didn't say poop because we had a ghost box,
Uh-huh.
and her name's Mary,
Okay.
and Mary was born with no eyes.
Oh,
There's a lot of Marys there, by the way.
Okay.
There's a lot of ghost Marys in there.
wow.
But this Mary had no eyes. She had she liked to play tricks on people.
Good sense of humor.
Yeah, she had a dirty sense. She had a dirty mind. Yeah, yeah. And actually, it was funny because she said that, and it came across the box. I mean, we all heard it, and we're like, did she just say? And they're like, yes, she did. And so we're like, she goes, maybe she thinks I'm, full of, and all that. And then finally, my wife says, maybe she thinks you smell like. And it's because we had set up a flashlight too.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as my wife said that, the light came on.
Yes.
I
That's
was like, well,
amazing.
thanks, Mary.
She thought that was funny.
Yeah, she thought that was funny. So that brings us to a closing. And man, what is? I'm off. I'm off. Basically though, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Thank you
having me. It's
You,
fun.
you taught me a lot of new stuff. And
Always happy to teach.
and the best thing is like bringing doing I didn't know you could contact you.
Uh-huh.
Like say we had family members coming in and saying, hey, what's going, what do we got?
Right.
And I didn't know that service was even out there.
Right.
So hopefully
Well,
a
we're
lot of
going to
people
keep
watch
on
this.
pounding that drum
listen
and
to
let
this.
more people know.
Can't wait to see him at Avalon. for
There
the
you
spa.
go.
I'm
Exactly.
coming for that sour head thing. Until next time, everybody, take care. And remember, we're all doing time. Bye.